Okay, so now we're going from turns 25 to 50. Let's see where this takes us. So this is all pretty standard stuff. We're just going to keep exploring these anomalies. There's no reason not to pick up these quests. I mean, there is. So by doing these quests, what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves some favor in these regions, and we're going to help these camps grow. And the thing about having these camps grow is that as they grow, they will produce more, and so they will pollute more. And we do need to be conscious of that. But at this moment, I think I'm okay with a little extra growth. Just do these. Put together this view. Now, one of the things we want to do is we've picked up a second region, but it might be nice if we could encourage somebody else to pick up another region as well. We have unfortunately put in something of a stranglehold on favor. See, we were the most favored in these 4 regions. And so Kiran has a second region, but Radha and Anupam do not. But it's not that big a deal. Right? As soon as either of them try to pick up a second region, they'll be able to. But we should really kind of look towards developing our own space and making sure that other people have space in this group project as well. This responsible region, though, it's going to be tough for anyone to get because Kiran has taken the learner region and Radha and Anupam are both pretty far out. So what we might do is we might research a wonder that'll let us take on an additional region. But first things first, and that's just settling these cities. So you see, this is why we settled here. It let this camp expand into this spot, which means we can build a city here. So that both helps us connect downwards, and it puts some high value tiles in the city, which is going to help boost the production of the camps that the city is connected to. So right now we're just going to let both of these be research ones. That'll make it so that we need to produce some answers fairly quick, but that shouldn't be too bad. We'll start by getting these 2 texts in. Those will give us some facts on the world, so we can add that answer. Then we'll do the other one, get the facts on Gandhi and add that answer. And hopefully somewhere in the middle we'll be able to pick up enough facts to add an answer on Churchill as well. If this were closer, I would just try to use an inspiration to do that, but it's quite far out. In the meantime, just to check if there are any closer quests, and there's one over here, so I want to move this inspiration over here. This one I just want to keep exploring. I just like having the map explored. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to settle it probably around here, maybe. Seems like a good spot. And in the meantime, I just want to set it up somewhere that it'll help a camp grow. We'll do that right here. Boost a couple of camps, see where that takes us. Let's finish off this exploration here with this unit and with this unit. We've added new views. We can add this answer and knock out a bunch of quests all at once, so let's do that. Over here though, we should settle the nomad, that's very important. I think we had said over here, it looks like a good spot. I'm going to go with that. What facts did we pick up? Where the mind is without fear. Fun fact, this is a poem I had to recite in school assemblies. I think it was like the official poem of the school or something. Tolstoy on evolution. Evolution was really a big sea change in just the way people thought of the world. And the whole nature red in tooth and claw, That animated a lot of colonial thought right afterwards. See, you can see Anupam has picked up a bunch of favor. That's pretty good. We've learned from Radha, so we can get a cultural bonus. We can either add expression or understanding. We'll get the understanding. I don't really have much use for expression at the moment. We can afford this, but we'll disband it. We'll try to get a builder instead and get some roads down. This is way out there, but this one I can move the unit towards. Over here we can build a wonder if we want. 14 turns, but we can split that across multiple cities and camps. But yes, let's start with the builder. That's more important. Over here, just explore down there, explore here, explore that, explore here. Over here, we have two things that want us to add an answer on Churchill, and I mean, we're not that far, but this boost campaign wants us to complete a wonder. So let's do that. Let's get a wonder down. I would have preferred the self-improvement generating wonder, but that's okay. I think we'll go with the first spark right now. Let's put it down right here. Try to spread the production around, because if you go too deep, then that tile will end up generating a fair bit of pollution. Now see, in this second camp, what we'll do is we'll support the first spark. So now we've got two places building the wonder, so it'll go faster. Over here I could research Churchill, or I could put another camp towards supporting the wonder. Or I could boost someone. I think I will actually just do this. But the next one I'm going to send towards getting some more Churchill facts. Jared Diamond, talking about the transition in food production. I like making fun of Jared Diamond a lot, and this game does a decent amount of that. But this one is actually not. This one is straightforward, so good for him. Which are the savages, the real savages? Those who fight to eat the conquered, or those who fight to kill for nothing but the kill? 1894, which may be why that sentiment, why the wording of that sentiment feels dated, but it's interesting to see that, it's interesting to see the point be made that early. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to start this campaign because we have a little bandwidth. We have enough bandwidth to start the campaign, and that's going to give us more knowledge than just going for the quick one. This is big. This lets us start building districts. We'll be able to do that. So we've started this campaign. We have one here. One here. We'll first take care of our own, and then we'll try to help out Radha on this one. Move these two here. Move these two here. Call it. That should be fine. Just explore that. Good. Right here we can just inspire. Right. Takes that camp right out of the campaign. While we're here, we can do one more. Might as well. And right now this means that we're taking over these camps, but Radha will be able to take them back fairly quickly, and this gives her a bit of growth. Boosts her camps a little. Over here we still need to complete this tier 3 wonder, but I think that'll get over pretty soon. We can complete a project, or we can just try to learn more about Radha, or know more about Radha actually. So I think, or we can build a builder. It's actually pretty useful. I think what we'll do though is we will just research here, and then we'll, over here we might as well build that builder. Right, so we can use these builders to connect up the camps that aren't connected yet. It'll be useful. In the meantime, we'll just research Churchill some more. Got Kipling once again making false assertions about the nature of the Indian Army. We can see that there's been a rise in Radha's favor in this area. We need to make sure that's fine. Been pulled into a new campaign by Radha's actions. So that flipped this camp again, as well as flipping these, which is a bit of a pain. I'll let Radha take care of that one as I move. Okay, so now we have 2 inspirations there, and we can just have 2 inspirations here and we should be fine. And the thing I might as well talk about a bit is that you notice we're completing our campaigns mostly with inspirations, not with military units. And when we don't use inspirations, we use forgers. And that's a lot of the point of this game, that you need to look at military solutions as just one option, not as the only option or even the default option. So here I am able to handle all of my campaigns without resorting to military units. So I do so because that's obviously better than resorting to military units. If I don't need the military unit, why should I use the military unit? I can do it instead by just pretty much listening to what my opponent's concerns are and helping them solve them themselves. Right? It's a much better way to deal with conflict. In the meantime, we're at 10 views. We need to get to 25, so we'll see how that goes. Churchill in 1917 with tanks. He's a very early proponent of tanks. But that doesn't allow us to finish any of our questions, so we'll have to see where we go. In the meantime, we've knocked off a whole bunch of things, completed a bunch of campaigns. Right now we will just build the buildings. So we also just unlocked a pretty important wonder, right? To add a role, which is what we can use to pick up a 3rd region. Now Radha has gone on a major charm offensive and has picked up 2 roles herself. But we still have Eager because while Radha has more favor than us, she is already overloaded with 3 roles. But we would like to take over the ridge. Might as well do that. In the meantime, we still have this opposed to us. So we might as well send this down here, try to pick that up. Although we do have to, it would be nice to flip one of these camps back towards us. Right, that'll help us out, but we've got this inspiration, that inspiration to handle that, so we'll just deal with that in a bit. In the meantime, we'll just connect this up. Over here, we're just trying to find something for these inspirations to complete. So I can try the literacy one, or I can try here. I'm going to try right here, but I'm going to send this one there. Over here, it's not high value to do this when I could instead be trying to solve this, so I'm going to do that. Oh, I have a devious unit. Let's see what happens with that. And I have a builder here. So I'm just going to help Radha connect up her stuff. This here, move this here. Now I should try to connect to Kiran as well. That'll make things easier. This should finish pretty soon, but it might be time to start camps. So let's take a look. So over here I have 1, 2, 3 camps that I can change. And these camps are in interesting places. Both of these camps are good both at studying and at the group. This camp is good at the group and at perception. So I'm actually going to convert this one to a perception camp. And I'll see about the other two. I might leave them as they are, or I might convert them into group and study camps respectively. Reparations, Satran French and Algerians. Okay, next turn we've succeeded at boosting, so now we have no active campaigns. You can see our ongoing numbers decreased sharply. We finished the first spark finally, so that lets us build 2 extra civilians and it triggers this event. So we are going to get the entire group excited about work, give everyone in the game a work bonus, unlock these buildings. Just going to research this. Over here we have this one to work on and that one to work on. I think we're going to go here and go here. And in the meantime, we will just move this down here just in case. Over here, let's inspire that. That gives us a bunch of favor in the area again. But now we're still behind Anupam, who will probably take it over at the end of the turn. Just a little unfortunate. I like that region. So let's see if we can keep it, or at least flip it back fairly quickly. Over here, we could boost someone. That's a good idea. We could just research Churchill some more. That's what we'll do. What have we got? We've got affirmative action for Churchill. He wrote an exam for Harrow. There was the Latin entrance examination paper, which contained nothing more than a figure 1 in brackets, 2 smudges, and a blot. But the headmaster convinced himself that it was impossible for Lord Randolph's son to be totally devoid of intelligence, and so gave him a seat anyway. So that's a fun little moment of affirmative action there. Nehru talking about the assassination of Gandhi. Ambedkar talking about the assassination of Gandhi. And the Bible says that something good comes out of evil, so also I think that good will come out of the death of Mr. Gandhi. He will release people from bondage to Superman. It will make them think for themselves, and it will compel them to stand on their own merits. And to that he added, my real enemy is gone. Thank goodness the eclipse is over. Bit of a complicated point there. 2 things really. One, he said that Gandhi's dominance of thought in India was keeping other people from emerging. And the other thing was he was pointing out his bitter history with Gandhi, where Gandhi shut down some of Dr. Ambedkar's attempts, most notably the Pune Pact, which Dr. Ambedkar felt that by doing so he held back the Dalit cause. In addition, Gandhi had many flaws in his treatment of Dalits over the years. He was hopelessly paternalistic to them, as he was to many others, and it's very understandable why Dr. Ambedkar would have such a statement as Gandhi died. So over here, we're still just trying to make sure we can take over this area. Just exploring these anomalies so that we can inspire them. We're going to do the same here. And we're going to use this devious unit to try to trigger some quests so that we can build even more favor. With this unit, I'm just looking to see what else I can connect. We can connect over here, so we shall do so. Over here, I don't really have any business in this region, so I'm going to move this unit over here. Let's explore here. I will very soon be able to build this new wonder, the add roles, which will let me take over the ridge region. In the meantime though, I'm just going to look around, see if I want to convert a camp here. All three seem pretty similar. So I am actually going to convert this one to a perception camp. Now, I wouldn't need to normally, but I'm worried about my hold over the eager role, so I need a second one over here. In the meantime, I would also like to set up a study district. None of these are fantastic spots, but this will be fine. And the real question is whether I also want to add in a group district. So this is this region again. I think I will flip this. You can see it's already pretty much aligned with the group, so I'll go there. This is Churchill in 1915. Many of Churchill's issues during World War I, a war that quite frustrated him as a politician and as a military person. Godse explaining why he assassinated Gandhi, Patel explaining to Gowalkar why the RSS needed to be banned. Right? You can see the RSS not only approving of the assassination of Gandhi, but expressing joy and distributing sweets after Gandhi's death, which naturally made them look quite unpopular. So we'll just put together a quick view here. Just take these three, put them together. Still don't have enough to add a new point on Churchill, but we'll get there soon enough. In the meantime, see, we've lost the eager district, but we've gained enough favor for the ridge, so we'll take that over and get somewhere from liking Anupam. And we've unlocked this that allows us to expand our cities. Very useful thing to do. We can get this, which allows us to connect regions, or we can get this, which will allow us to build some useful wonders. I think though that we'll just try to jump into the next one. That's fine. What else are we doing here? So pretty standard stuff. We do want to flip this region back. It's not bad that Anupam has it instead of us, but I would rather we have it than Anupam. So let's just keep doing what we're doing to build favor. So exploit this, so we can flip that. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this devious unit in here, and we're going to start instigating the region. So we're going to instigate the region to want things, and then we're going to solve those things, and then this region is going to favor us some more. In the meantime, this builder over here, maybe we'll just keep connecting down there. That seems like a profitable thing to do. Makes sense to me, rather than connecting into the ridge. Let's just do that. Take this here. So at once we need to consolidate our standing in the ridge and increase our standing in eager, and also add this wonder. So these are all pretty quiet, so that's pretty good. We'll just put this down here. Tagore renouncing his knighthood. The Pakistan Times talking about the death of Gandhi. The passing of Gandhiji is as grievous a blow to Pakistan as it is to India. We have observed distressed looks, seen moistened eyes, and heard faltering voices in the vast sprawling city of Lahore, to a degree to be seen, to be believed. We normally don't think about this, right? But Gandhi was instrumental in the independence of Pakistan, as in India, and naturally there were a lot of people who lived in the newly minted Pakistan who would have been believers in Gandhi and would have been very saddened by his death. So add that, keep going. Unlock some new ones. Monuments is an interesting one. It's one that I don't get very often. I often go through a game and don't see this one at all. The thing is, so that if I research a tier 4 tech, that's going to trigger my responsibilities, and I already feel a little overloaded. Get some better campaigns, that's nice, but I don't use freeze out as a general thing. I think I'll do this. I think I am actually quite behind in my relationship with the other players, so I'll just get that quest so that that's easier, or get that tech so that I can do that a little more rapidly. You can see in this minimap we're actually doing quite well pollution wise. We're staying pretty pollution free, which is good, but something that changes fairly rapidly. We could try to convert some of these places into lotus tiles, but I'm not going to do that right now. We'll see if we do that later in the game. In the meantime, I can just come here, instigate here, see what happens. Build this road, just connect everything up. Bring this inspiration here. See where we are. Just need to learn about Churchill, so let's do that. Right, we'll just complete a bunch of quests, see where that takes us. In the meantime, this is this region. So this is a great region for generating currency, which in turn pushes us into putting down some perception districts. So we should do that. The only question is, which one seems best? Over here or over here? I think this one here. We have 4 options here, but we're going to go with this. And then we'll see what we do afterwards. Yeah. Good. So we've, by completing these quests and all of that, we've generated more favor. It's useful. We will flip this region fairly soon. Oh no, we won't actually, because we have this new region. So we need to complete that ad roll and then we'll be able to flip this region. But again, we'll just consolidate while we're here. Yeah. Heck, it's a little bit short. Sometimes you roll low. So builder. Again, we're just trying to really shore up our support in this entire area. Move this up here. Okay, so now we have a perception district, so we can use self-improvement. Let's just get that ad roll done, even though it would not take long otherwise. Just make sure it's out. We can put together these 3. So view on UK in the 1920s. So I'll just add that to the report. The report currently is still an F. Yep, but here we are. We've triggered the responsibility. We'll go this way. We'll go this way. There was good value in going for the other one, going for the understanding quests, because we are behind and that would incentivize us to be friendlier with the other people. But this is the kind of thing we can do quick, we can do it easily, so let's just get it done, get a ton of favor, see where we end up. Added an answer on Churchill, the one we just picked up. So you see there, what we did was we found a quest, and then we just and we did the same thing here. We found quests that do what we wanted to do anyway. We wanted to add that answer and we wanted to build this wonder. And we supported the people of these regions in doing the things that they wanted to do, which are also the things that we wanted to do. right? So over here we supported these camps that were anyway working on exactly the same things we were working on. And so we got what we wanted a bit faster. So now we're just going to explore here. Explore here. Let's keep exploring. We could add this answer on Gandhi, or we could build another quest. We'll just add the answer. Build another camp, I mean. Over here, we've built the one camp. What are we going to do with the rest of this space? See, these camps are not connected, so they're quite low value at this moment. This one is connected, and this one is also connected. We can convert this into a study camp, and it'll be fairly valuable, so let's do that. Right. Things are going pretty well. We will actually pick up currency. We're doing quite well self-improvement wise, but even with all these camps, we're just not generating the currency that we're going to need quite shortly. I will renew this unit. Going to explore here, move this up here. It's another builder. I guess over here, move this up, explore here. I think that we actually got pipped on the ad roll, so let's try it again, which is a massive pain, but what can you do? So yeah, I don't think we got that to trigger the way we wanted, so we'll just do it again. Should be able to get it done in a couple of turns because we'll get other camps to support it, so that'll be fine. Looks like we lost. We've got the favor here, but we don't have what we need. We're just going to do that, try to pick up some more random ones, do that. Not very valuable, but that's how it goes. Instigate again over here, explore this, see what we find, explore this, see what we find, complete that, and that lets us take it over. So I guess we did actually complete that. Yeah, okay, good. I must have misunderstood somehow. Cool. So this is actually going to give us enough for 4, which is immaterial anyway. So while we're here, see, now we've actually consolidated all of these regions pretty well, but we'll just keep doing that. But with our cities, we need to think about what we're doing. Okay. So I still have this one, but I don't really want to mess with that. Could add a building I could support in order to develop like with either of these people. That's a good idea. Or I could build a civilian or a trader. I'm going to build a trader right now. It's a good way to get quests done. With this one, the wonder. It's a useful wonder. It'll start generating some exploitation currencies. That's always nice. I could expand the city. Yeah, I'm going to do that. You don't often get the ability to do that, but when you do, it's a game changer, because it means that you just don't have to think about city tiles anymore. You do it once more, then yeah. The death of Churchill's nurse. 10 days found in World War I. Baker in 44. I wonder what might have happened if some of the Congress leaders had shown him warm and generous friendship when he was young. Perhaps they tried, I do not know, but today he is lonely and embittered, fighting a forlorn battle on all fronts, nursing an impossible political ambition. It really is the tragedy of Ambedkar that someone so brilliant as he was just could not, just was set in a system built to tear him down. This is the loneliness of Gandhi in the same year, talking about how Rajgopalachari is leaving, and that's pretty much the last of his old guard. By this point, most of the people he had known, most of the people he knew had died. Nehru and Patel had already pretty much split from him. It's just difficult to reach that age and outlive all of the people whom you knew so well. This is expensive. We have no fabric production at this point. We could try to do it actually by just leaving it open and then using our inspirations to complete it. But I'm just going to go for the easy one right here. So we're going to have to start connecting up our report pretty soon. Oof, so that insecurity has added pollution. Can work on insecurity. It's a thing to do. Okay, but these are not the kind of texts I need to see right now. This puts us in a rough spot. I'm just going to re-roll once more. See what we get here. Explore here. Explore here. Now, putting this all together, we're generating a reasonable amount of quiet in some of these spots, but not quite enough. So 7, add this, and that'll add 3, so that'll take us to 10. But what we really need is 12, so I'm not going to do that just now. Just take a look around, see if there's a better spot, but I don't think so. Yeah. Soon we'll be able to... Actually, you know, maybe the best thing to do is just to quiet ourselves by ending these quests, and then that'll put us in a good spot to try to get some Lotus tiles going. And then that in turn will really help us pick up our inspiration economy. So in the meantime, what shall we do here? Okay, I would rather not do that. None of these talks really appeal to me until we hit our full limit here. We'll just do that last expansion. Over here we have options. I think I'm just going to get another kind unit, and then I'll see where we go. So I need to get us moving into the exploitation economy, but it's not working out at the moment. So let's see where we go. Over here, what shall we do? We just need to get some of these done. So this one I think I can manage normally. This one might be a little tough. So let's move here. We'll trade over there. Oh, looks like we'll be able to inspire our way out of it. Build a civilian, although it's a little premature for that, but hopefully it'll work out. So here we have all of these city tiles now, but we also have this, so we'll just put it down here. We're at 22, but only 175. So if you see our report, I'll show you in a second. We are really struggling due to the lack of connections in our report. So we've got to just get some research in so that we can get some connections going. This is Churchill in 51, both a false prophet and a poor historian. Let's see, we're still not able to draw any connections between these. We have all of these views in, but they're all disconnected, and so our complexity is very high. So even though the total score is 1175, the report score is only 175 because the complexity is so high. Until we draw these connections, that complexity penalty is going to be the end of us. So as you see, we need to have a view count of over 25 and a score of 1250. And our view count is approaching rapidly, but our score is far too low. These inspirations down. Yeah. I'm gonna have to tick down the inspirations. Over here, what have we got going on? Not as much. We'll just get some of these because these wonders will at least help us start our exploitation economy. Because right now it feels like we're right at the edge of how late we can be on that. So we picked up these insecurities from our research. But we still have to handle that. Let's just do that. That takes care of the insecurities. We've learned a little bit more about Kiran. Learned a little bit about ourselves right there. Now again, we need to just take one of these, either one. We'll just get a civilian again. There's enough you can do with a civilian that we might as well. So now we can work on insecurity, and we'll do that. And we'll do that right here. And let's try to get that done quick. Border disputes between Assam and Mizoram, the modern girl. Let's see where we go. So we've consolidated to a decent degree. Now we need to basically either industrialize or quiet ourselves or find some combination. And these insecurity penalties are going to be rough. So we've got to just find ways to add quiet to ourselves as we come into industrialization. So we're just going to pick this up. This is going to get us a shortcut into the fabric economy. But in the meantime, we do have to handle all of this. Now this civilian we can use to do some interesting things. We can build a monument on any of these. Do we have enough? Yes, we do. Let us build this one to currency. That's going to start generating more cash, because it does get expensive from here. Gotta just knock that out. Over here, what are we going to do? We'll put this down because again it'll just get us into the exploitation economy. But I do think we need to both work on our relationship with people. We know people quite well, but we don't like them enough. And the thing is, as we like them more, we will find ourselves automatically being quieter. And that's important because we're actually doing pretty well pollution wise, but if we can just take advantage of this moment right now before things get industrialized and set down a foundation of quiet, then we don't have to worry about climate change in the future. With this, see, this is where the cache starts kind of disappearing. Just keep checking things out here. So we're picking up a lot of quests though, which is not going to help us quiet down. But yeah, I just always want to do it, you know? I just always want to solve these problems. In the meantime, I've got to take this inspiration. There's no really good place for it. You see, because now we're overloaded, so our citizens are producing pollution rather than quiet. We need to calm down the civilians, the citizens, and knock out these quests. So let's see how that goes. Let's move this here. So we have 25 views, but a report card score of 0 because we are just way too complicated here. It says Indian hunger. Maybe we can finally get some connections in with that. Let's take a look. Nope. About this, yes, we can connect Tagore to either the UK in the 10s or India in the 20s. We'll do the UK in the 10s. I think that's a harder one. But that requires Gallipoli. So let's try again. Yeah, see, so that way we don't have to use up our Gallipoli fact over here, and we can see if we can get the perfect combination there. In the meantime, yeah, we just don't have the connections ready, so we've got to add a lot of research here. Oh, but here we have a connection. So we can just do this and add a second connector. And then if we put down both of those connectors, that'll really help with the complexity. So we can take that, try to boost our report score, try to increase our grade. That'll be useful. Good, so as you see, we've done some stuff to learn more about the other people, so we're getting to know them, and this has triggered our insecurities, which is a bit of a pain in the moment, but one that we can handle soon. Okay, so lots of insecurities. Right, and thankfully we still just have a ton of inspiration somehow. So we're going to be able to use these effectively. Yeah. Let's see where that takes us. And again, we really do just want to quiet ourselves right now before we start industrializing. So taking out these campaigns, taking out these quests, that's going to be key, as that helps the citizens produce quiet instead of pollution. So now we finished this. That's going to really boost this tile's production of currency. Let's just see what we can do over here. Let's put one down to understanding. Okay, so we have this trader here. So let's see which quest looks particularly doable. I don't want to explore to add quests right now. I would rather just finish off quests we already have. Like this one, even though this doesn't, this does, good. I was worried that that wouldn't help with the campaign, but it did. So that's good. Similarly here. Okay, it's risky, but what we'll do is we'll try to learn more about Radha, take out some quests that way. Move this here. Okay, we have the civilian, which we will use to build some roads. Bit of a waste, but the roads do make a big difference. Good, that's a first connector. Let's add another one. See, so we're starting to connect up this report, but we're still drowning in complexity, so let's see if we can get something done there. Okay, handled the third insecurity, that's pretty good. But then as we know Kiran more, we get more insecurity. It's not so good. Okay, let's start this, but this is going to trigger a bunch of quests too, which is also not good. Started getting brutal, which is also not good. So definitely a lot of definitely the game is kind of getting above getting above what we can manage. So we just have to hope we can make it through before things fall apart. This is making a big difference. Staying on top of these campaigns at least, even if we do have more quests than we can manage. Just gonna knock these out just so that they're gone. Oh shoot, this is a scout. I thought it was an inspiration. It's a little unfortunate. Over here what we can do is we can build a strong energy. Try to generate more energy before we need to start converting it into fabric. I think that's a good idea. I think I already have energy being generated somewhere here. I'm not sure. Well, I'm gonna hope for the best on it. See where we go. Just support this here. Let's take those out. Again, just views, and views are fine, but we need to find some connections because this project is super complicated at this moment, the report. So let's see if we can finish this wonder, then it looks like we'll really quiet down. What we're just going to do is take the free knowledge here. We're not going to start the campaign because as you can see, we're quite overloaded. We're getting some money at least, so we can do that. Built the second monument, so that's good. Let's just go build a third. Try to find a mountain tile in a city like this one. Just move there. Okay. So while we were really close to leading up to permanently quieting down and reducing pollution that way, right now we're still way overloaded, and that's a tricky place to be. So we're not going to focus on that at the moment. But there it is. See, we completed the wonder. Knocked out what, 3, 6, 9, 10 quests all at once. Oof. And that also adds to our quest limit, so that keeps us even quieter. Oh, that's a big deal. I'm actually going to keep quiet on this because, as I said before, production causes pollution, and right now I would rather not add to my pollution. With this one, what I can do is I can build like nature spaces, stuff like that to try to add some quiet. Or I can try to connect us a bit more. I've got 2 charges. Just exactly enough, so I'm just going to do that. Let's build a road here. Okay. I am not going to explore over there, but I will explore this one. Over here, let us meditate. Let's meditate. Good way to just keep our quiet up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hang out with Anupam, hang out with Kiran. Saeed on Orientalism, Churchill without office, seat, party, or appendix. He's bitterly hated by the working class. He described the hecklers as the worst crowd I have ever seen in England in 25 years of public life, more like Russian wolves than British workmen, which was always his thing. He was always broadly unpopular with the working class, and his answer was always that they must just be Russians because there's no way for British people to dislike him. And he had this obsession with communism. He was obsessed that the specter of communism was coming for him. And he was an aristocrat, right? Direct descendant of Marlborough. And so always suspicious of the working class, quite unsurprisingly. Yeah, we'll do this. So this is going to charge us with putting in wonders, or putting stuff into the report, which I actually don't want to do. So we're going to do it the other way. Yes. So the question is, am I going to focus more on our relationship with other people or on building wonders? And I think it's the relationship with people. So let us do that. Okay. So we're just going to do this pretty much indiscriminately. Just try to knock off as many as I can as quickly as I can, because we don't really have we're so overloaded that there's no point in really filtering or anything. Again, the camps will generate brutal units for you sometimes, but I just don't want to have those around. The thing about having a brutal unit around is, while they can be very effective in campaigns, firstly, they'll damage the stuff they attack, and secondly, they can turn against you very easily. So I prefer keeping my military as defanged as possible. But see how you go. You might prefer it the other way. But here again, we're just looking for quick quests that we can knock off. Something that we can just take out. This one, not so quick. As the game progresses, these do start getting more expensive, and you start needing better things to offer. Inspirations stay useful though, so that's not a problem. Say we're looking at furrows maybe. Yep, so over there we've got a few. Knock those off. Over here looks like a wonder, but I don't think we have. Yeah, see, we don't have any tier 5 wonders even though we need it. So now we'll just keep supporting people. We'll get to learn something about Radha. We already know way too much about Radha, but that's okay. It'd be better to like her more and know her less, but that's fine. over here we will actually meditate. The meditation sometimes takes care of quests in itself, so that's useful. Still doesn't look like we can connect anything. Hopefully soon, because our report is not going well. Oof, we tried talking with Kiran and it didn't work out, but it did work out with Anupam, so that's good. We failed to handle our insecurities, got pulled into a new campaign. At least our support succeeded. We are going to continue not being mean. It's my long-standing policy. Yeah, should be fine. Let's see where we are. We'll just do this. Straight here. It's a good one. How are we doing? We're all told. We're still well favored in these regions, but that's the problem, right? We've taken on a lot of responsibility, so that's causing a lot of stress. Over here we need to add an answer on Gandhi, so let's just research Gandhi a bit. Over here we are going to keep meditating rather than trying to improve our production. Here we need to start liking Kiran more. That'll do us some good. Okay, what have we unlocked? Tolstoy talking about government, reporting on the Dandi March, and prisoners from the Salt March. We can unlock this position. Okay. Neither of those have helped us particularly, and we're way out of control on the quests. But that is turn 50. Well, not yet. Just got to get through this. Bunch of quests being done. Yep, and there's turn 50. So in the next video, we'll go from 50 to 75. We'll start setting up factories, start producing more exploitation currencies. We'll industrialize a bit. I'll show you some of the downsides of industrialization. We've already seen the first hint of that. And yeah, let's see where this goes.